everybody, it's Emily at Arg Schooling, and today I'm doing a sort of follow-up mishmash video about my 10th grade plans that we're doing this school year. I had a lot of comments on my Morbid Curiosities video. I had a lot of people messaging me, and I had some people asking questions. So I thought today I would just film this quick video just as a sort of follow-up to everything we talked about before. There's been a lot of interest in Morbid Curiosities. So many of you are asking, will I sell this at Build Your Library? The answer to that is probably. It's just not going to be this year. When I write curriculum to sell, I put a lot more stuff in it than when I write curriculum to use with my kids. When I do it with my kids, like, a lot of the stuff you see in Build Your Library levels is just what we would do organically, and so, like, I don't write out the discussion questions, I don't write out the vocabulary, I don't write all of that stuff out, the assignments and things. I mostly just give myself a skeleton frame to work from. So I have, like, all the books we're going to read, I schedule those out, so I do know, like, how long each book will take. And, like, I'll make notes about, like, what movies we're going to watch, what we're going to do, like, if there's an activity that I think of while I'm coming up with all these things. So I have, like, notes. But it's definitely not ready to sell. Plus, there's a few books that I'm using for our studies that are in other levels, so I would have to come up with different books for that. Like, I'm not gonna use Frankenstein, for example, because Frankenstein's in level 8. I'm not gonna use Scythe because Scythe is in level, I think, 10. Is it 10 or 11? It might be in level 11. So, like, there's books that I'm planning on reading with Regina this year that I'm pulling from other levels. So, like, there's a lot of stuff that I would have to, like, go in and refigure. But yes, at some point I will write this because I've done quite a bit with it already. It's just needs some more work. So don't ask me for a deadline. We're not there yet. so like sometime in the next year or so, this may appear in the Build Your Library store. A lot of other people were asking me about credits and how that will work. So I'm going to put, like, a graphic here too, but I'm just going to run through how I'm doing the credits for all of the things that we've talked about. So obviously geometry is a credit. English will be a credit based on all of the things we're doing for English, but also the literature that we're reading together will work towards that. So all of that will count for an English 2 credit. Morbid Curiosities, I'm counting mostly as a history credit, and I'm going to put it on the transcript, exactly that, like Morbid Curiosities, the darker side of history and science, and it's going to count as mostly a social studies credit. And then for biology, we will be using some of the books from Morbid Curiosities to fill in with that, but it's also that visual biology class and the dissections that will round out and make that into a biology credit. But I am giving her a credit for specifically biology this year, even though the science in Morbid Curiosities, there is science there, but not enough to be like its own credit just with that. So with the other things, that'll be a biology credit, and it'll be a full credit course. Then art is going to be either a half credit or a full credit. I don't know yet. It depends on how much we get to. In my heart, I would like it to be a full credit. Worst case scenario, I do like a half credit for, like, the first semester, and then second semester I might add in a second, like, art class, and we'll go from there. But, like, I would hope to get a full credit for art, but we'll see. And then Korean language and culture will be a full credit. Health and sexuality is going to be a half credit. And civics 2 will be a half credit. So in all, my goal is for her to have 7 credits this year. So that's the plan for her transcript. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff that I'm hoping we'll get to this year. Like, there's a lot of movies and shows that I want her to watch. Like, I didn't talk about that when we were going over the books, but, like, I have a lot of movies and stuff that I've planned. So like when we're talking about cannibalism, I haven't decided which one yet. We're either going to watch Alive or A Society of the Snow. I feel like Alive is a better option for Regina because it's not as long. Society of the Snow is amazing. If you haven't seen either of those are about that Chilean soccer team that got in a plane crash in the Andes, and they were trapped in the Andes Mountains for months, and they ended up resorting to cannibalism to survive. I saw Alive with Ethan Hawke when I was a kid and was obsessed with that movie. And I watched Society of the Snow when it came out, and it was gorgeous, very well done. Loved the movie, but it's super long, so I don't know. I think we might watch Alive. And we're going to watch Silence of the Lambs. I already talked about watching Hamlet with Kenneth Branagh. When we get to the death unit, I'm planning, we were going to rewatch Beetlejuice. We've already seen it. I mean, that of course we have. But we're going to rewatch Beetlejuice. We're going to rewatch Pet Sematary. I had planned on watching The Good Place with her. I watched it a couple of years ago with my twins, and it was a really good time. So I think she's old enough now to appreciate the humor and everything and like get what's happening. So I thought that would be a good like show to watch while we're studying death. We're going to watch The Sixth Sense. When we get to the murder part of our course, we're going to watch From Hell. We're going to watch Seven because I think she'll really like it. We're going to watch The Crow. I don't know. She may have already seen it. I can't remember. But I just like think it'll work really well. And it's a great movie. So we're going to watch The Crow. I have Hard Candy with a question mark on this one. I haven't decided. I have to rewatch it. But I feel like Hard Candy would work here. I have Lizzie Borden Took an Axe with Christina Ricci. Love her. Think that would be a fun movie to watch. When we get to natural disasters, we're going to watch Pompeii. We're going to watch Black Death with Eddie Redmayne and Sean Bean. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's excellent. It's such a good movie, but it's really dark. But I think she'll like it. We're going to watch Titanic because she's never seen it. And then when we get to the weird medicine section, we're going to obviously watch a Frankenstein. I think probably the Kenneth Branagh one, I'm pretty sure is the best Frankenstein to watch. But we also might go back and watch like one of the old like 1930s, 1940s scary movies with that, you know, like the original Frankenstein movie. And then we're also going to watch The Artful Dodger TV show. I think it was on Hulu. My husband and I watched it a few months ago. I loved it. It was so good. It's about what if the Artful Dodger ends up getting away from Fagin and going to Australia and starting his career there as a surgeon. And he's a brilliant surgeon. And he meets this girl, and she's also desperately trying to become a doctor. And it goes so well with reading about early medicine, with reading Anatomy of Love Story. Like, the girl in this show is so similar to Hazel in Anatomy of Love Story. I think it'll work so well. So I'm excited to watch that again with her. So I have lots of like fun stuff planned. I haven't like come up with tons of other activities. Stuff comes to me as we go. So I'm gonna like come up with so many fun activities to do in the moment. A lot of it's spurred on by her own questions and things like what we end up talking about. So like I'll update you guys as we go, and you can see like how this all pans out by the end of the year. And you know, like if you guys have any other questions though about Morbid Curiosities or whatever, let me know down below in the comments and we can chat about it, and I'll try to answer your questions there. But like that's it for now. That is everything I think I can possibly say about what we'll be doing for our 10th grade year. I'm so excited to get started. We start back next week, and I'm ready to have our routine again. I enjoy summer break in theory. I like the idea of having like free time, but honestly, I miss our routine. I miss having like a set schedule for our day. So very much looking forward to getting back on track and getting back into our routine and getting to read all these great books and watch all these fun movies. I'm so excited about all of it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it answered some of your questions, and if you have other questions, again, please let me know down below and we can discuss. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Happy reading. Bye!